All right, welcome to This Week in Mediaocrity, where we present you with all the best and the worst of the media. I'm your host, Joel Foster, and I just realized I haven't shaved since the election. I'm pleased to say that we're Trump-free today. When you start seeing his ghost image tattooed inside your eyelids, maybe it's time to take a break. So that's what we're going to do. Today we're going to instead focus on the Women's March, where last weekend over 1.5 million people marched around the world. The event was meant for women worldwide to defend against the incoming barrage of laws intended to roll back a generation of gains for women's rights. Or, if you're in the alternative news bubble, it was a plot by Islamic jihadists to take over the country. Let's explain. It all began with one of the organizers of the march, Linda Sansauer, a Brooklyn-born Muslim woman of Palestinian descent. Sansauer is director of the Arab American Association of New York, who formed after 9/11 to fight back against what they viewed as anti-Arab sentiment in the United States. So naturally, she's a terrorist, right? Well, at least according to Front Page Mag, who posted an article this week linking Sansauer to so many anti-Israel and pro-Palestinian causes that she kind of comes off as the jihadi version of Forrest Gump. But if you follow the links, all of them are at best misleading, at worst full-out lies. The article has so many links to other articles that it would take a day to cover them all, so I'm just going to pick one. In the article, they accuse Sansauer of wanting a one-state solution and says that she made clear her opposition to Israeli existence in a tweet. But when you follow the link, it leads you to a local story about Sansauer actually receiving a neighborhood do-gooder award, and where she says this about a one-state solution. So the one-state solution means that she wants everyone to live together in peace in one state. That's not quite as scary as the article made her out to be. Also, in the same story, she says that she doesn't oppose Israel's right to exist, but simply wants the two groups to peacefully coexist. Terrorist. Sansauer came up again through internet memes, the political version of a bacon-wrapped pizza. In the memes, Sansauer is seen showing her holding up the one-finger sign. She was linked to the Islamic State because they also hold a finger up as a symbol, which they may have gotten from every sports team that's ever existed. You know who else is a terrorist? Miss Jackson, if you nasty. But let's ignore all logic and assume that she is a terrorist. If she is a secret Muslim jihadist, what is she trying to do exactly? Is her plan to just round up a bunch of women, then convince them to give up all their rights and live under Sharia law? If that's ISIS's master plan, then I say go ahead and let them try it. Are women just going to hand in their pussy hats in return for hijabs? Why would you get a bunch of liberal, hedonistic, nasty women and hope to convert them? And this is why none of the mainstream media, even Fox News, didn't cover this story, because even for them, it doesn't make any sense. So who would be dumb enough to push such a plot?
Twist to all that, there was a globalist double-cross plan to carry out 9/11 with Saudi Arabia to then take over the Middle East, take out Islam's non-radical enemies, then open up Europe and the United States, bring in the jihad, and make us conform to them. But that plan is basically leaked. It's been exposed. But that's why I said on the live stream Saturday, in the middle of them screaming and cussing at me, because there were so many Islamic men and so many Islamic women wearing hijabs and holding up signs of women in a red, white, and blue hijab, I said, I bet this is going to be Islamic funded as one of the biggest groups. Turns out the biggest group there, funded by Soros, is a Sharia law group saying women need the freedom of being under Sharia law. I got home and they had the woman on CNN saying, we're going to bring Sharia and freedom to women. They're flipping the script. They're going from denying all this to openly activating. I mean, who could make that up? This is the most racist.
You, for one. We meet again, Alex Jones. Just want to let everyone know that this guy this week was offered White House credentials. That's true. So he'll be rubbing shoulders with the elites of the media now. Maybe we'll finally get that answer from the president about those mold people who control the internet. I know I called him dumb, but just like Trump, I don't really think Alex Jones is dumb. Also, like Trump, I just think he's manipulative. I don't think they actually believe the BS they're shoveling out, but it serves to give them attention, money, and respect, so they continue to do it. So if Alex Jones doesn't really believe the whole Muslim narrative that he's telling, what is he really afraid of? Well, he gives us a little glimpse into his mescaline-dented mind here.
This is the most racist, hateful. They're so cartoonish. And I don't say they were ugly and skinny and zit-covered. I felt bad for them. I mean, if there'd been like 30% of them like that, I didn't see one male that looked as strong as I did. I didn't see any of them that looked as half as manly as I did. And then I looked around with like the war hero security I've got and Navy SEALs, and I'm going to leave it at that. And they looked like twice as tough as I am. And then I look at them, these people are like, I could have taken on 50 of these guys. I mean, easily. Easily. And I'm not just saying that. I mean, I know. I mean, I've gotten in brawls where you beat down one guy and two more get on you. I mean, the point is, I mean, maybe 100. They were so weak and so shriveled and so dead-looking, it was like a science fiction movie, like some interdimensional spider had sucked their soul out. Man, I'm scared. I've never been scared. We're going to skip this break until now. And I was scared for them because it's like they're demon-possessed folks. It's like we're in a sci-fi movie. And the women were like these bloated, hateful, and the faces they would make were so demonic. They were either really young.
Is he gone? Okay. Whew. All right. See, people like Alex Jones and Trump are afraid of seeing women walking in front of wimpy guys. Guys like me, for instance. So I'm going to chat with Alex for a second, Superman to apparently half man. So viewers, now would be a good time to grab some snacks. Alex, listen, I know you don't like people like me. I get it. But just like you have no control over your emotions and are so paranoid that you seem to be in a permanent meth bender, I can't help who I am either. Listen, if I could be the biker with a cool eagle tattoo holding an AK-47, I'd be that guy. But I can't. It can only be me. And I speak for all wimpy white guys when I say that we're not that bad. We don't want to run the world. We're not nearly as confident to do that. Okay, I'm glad we could have that talk. But why would Alex Jones waste all of his time on people like me? After all, he can take 20 or 50 or even 100 of me in a fight. So why would he bother? I think it's something deeper.
They were either really young and really stupid, or they were just hateful old women with men in tow that would all walk behind them and take their orders. So it's a total inversion of reality and just the caricature of what they claimed that men were doing, oppressing women. They are now going to do it to, quote, men.
Okay, so when he talks about reality here, what he's really talking about is patriarchy, men controlling the world. Nothing makes a guy who brags about bar fights more afraid than a woman being in control of his decisions. And I'm assuming that Alex Jones isn't the only one who feels this way. Maybe that's what this whole election was about, men fearing that they're losing their power. Maybe that's what guys mean when they say that the world is changing too fast. So what you ladies did was what us wimpy guys couldn't do because we were too busy arguing on Facebook. You got out there and you took action, and you're scaring these guys to death. This march was like ripping the scab off of Alex Jones's hairy, zit-infested back. Now don't stop tearing that scab off now. All you have to do is what you already do once a month. Just let it bleed. All right, that's all the time we have for this week. I will see you next Friday with another installment of Department of Mediocrity. I'm Joel Foster, and have a great weekend.